what's going on here at this point is pretty much that it frees a situation where a lot of men, and this is the problem that we're having in today's world, is you see a woman, she looks fine, she looks cute, she looks amazing, and you say you want to marry her, but you don't know the long-term secret agenda of this person. You have no idea what the secret agenda of this person is. I mean, this is the United States of America, where, as far as I'm concerned, if you go into a law court and stand in law court, and the court even has the slightest inkling that you're not submissive to this woman, and that you're not in a configuration of your yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes, they will turn on you. They'll turn on you. Take note, because now the family is coming up with all these counter things and counter statements that the guy is mental or this or this. No, no, no. This guy, there's been a lot of conflict between him and this lady in question, to the point that they even called off the marriage. They were supposed to have gotten married, but they called off the marriage. And the ace card.
You know this guy personally. Sorry, I'm taking you off the track.
I know this guy on a level of, you've gone to a like, say, celebration or something, you see him across the room there. You know this is the person, you know this guy, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're close friends per se. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you see him across, you know what he does. You guys could be cordial. Yeah, I'm sure you have friends that you could be cordial, but you're not close. You greet each other, you know each other on that level. But the story, because of that you say maybe you're one person away from him in that situation, you could download the actual story itself very easily. You understand? This guy, unfortunately for him, got involved with somebody who he didn't do the marriage with the person, but he had kids with the person, 2 kids. And you have kids with this person. Automatically, in the court of law, you cannot win that case. Once the kids are on the floor and you have these children, and then you come forward and in court you're talking about, okay, I'm no more with this person. The onus at that point is that the court turns on you and is like, we need you to prove that you'll be there for these children no matter what. You know, it doesn't matter what the woman is doing to you. It doesn't matter if she's difficult. It doesn't matter if she's insulting you every day. The court would descend on you. And all she has to do is to come there, even if she needs to put rub on her eye, let tears flow. You're done with the judge, especially if you're a black man. Especially if you're a black man. So in this situation with this guy, and take note, the way the law works is that up to 40% of your money can go for child support. 40%. So at this stage, they just came up and said, and one of the children is autistic. They said this child has special needs. So they think easily Islam the 15,000 where you hear so.
Now the family has debunked the 15,000. I reached out to the father, Francis Van Larry, if I got that correct, and he didn't respond to me one-on-one, but he responded via a public statement and said it was only $1,900, not $15,000.
That is not true, because the way it works.
Can you prove that it is not true?
It's not true, sir, because everybody knows that according to the way this country works, they're going to pull up nothing is hidden here in the United States of America. They're going to they're going to pull your accounts. As a cardiologist, they're going to pull his accounts into the story. They will pull your accounts, and your accounts are not hidden when they bring in your social security number. And they will actually even go in to where the banks are operating with you and take note that you don't pay child support. They actually contact HR and they pull it from source. You understand? So this idea that he was paying 1,900 would translate, take note, 1,900 would translate, if at 40%, would translate like maybe this guy is making like maybe 50,000, maybe 80,000 a year, which is not what a cardiologist makes. So that increase, and if you go and listen to the rebuttal of the father is talking on a level of he has no respect for the dead. The father of this judge.
But you see, in that, let me come in there. The father is doing what I would do, protect my child. So I don't blame the father at all, because right now there's a conflict of interest. Should I protect the person we don't buy? Let's use the word buy. Or should I protect my own daughter, who's also going to be dealing? So let's allow family to mourn family. that is why I want to have people from both sides. If I get someone from the family side, let them share their own perspective, and get somebody from the doctor side, Dr. Ikenna, if I'm correct, let them share.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, it'll
in
be
all
good.
honesty, God forbid nobody prays for something like that, but you defend the likelihood that you will not stand for your child in this kind of scenario is very small.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, again, the pressing, because one of the nuclear buttons that they press over here when the trouble would begin is that there was, of which they have no evidence to prove either, nor do they even have police statements to prove that there was ever a situation where there was a police report stating that this guy is trying to do this or this
But
or that.
the
Now,
family did say that he came with a GUN and held them hostage. I don't know how that would pan out. I don't have. That's what the daughters, the wives, or the lady's family said. What do you have to say against that?
I will say this. I'll say this, Daddy Cool, that is the final stage of the guy is finally done. He has lost it. He is mentally in a really bad place. He has spent so much money in this situation. He has become ruined. He has become ruined. See, Daddy Cool, once they take you into the court systems over here, you're done. You're done. And take note that the way it works over here in this country, everywhere you go, they're going to contact every workplace you have. If you even through any mistakes you break a leg or you have high blood pressure or anything happens to you and you have a situation where 1 year of child support or even 1 year over time because you miss it here or you miss it there, it accumulates and they can calculate it as 1 year, you're going to jail and your passport will be seized. You can't get out of here. I know scores of men, and I'm going to use your show to state that scores of men have been blocked from coming to bury their father or their mother here in Nigeria. Hundreds of men. They block them. They don't fit come enter Nigeria to bury their father and mother. And then they stand from here and put pressure, saying they should hold it in the mortuary for a year or two. Those long mortuary holding, sometimes there's a backstory to it. So in the end of the story, men have not, I know personal, did they go kneel down to beg. And then the court will say that the onus is on the woman to release you. And the woman will now come to a point of saying, bring me 70,000 or 80,000 before we release you or so and so and so forth, before I release you to go and bury your father. This is what has been my campaign, Daddy Freeze, and I am honored to be on your show. I'm honored to meet a legend like you. This is my campaign, that African women use child support and use this idea that when time reaches, I could just start something and there's nothing you can do. And they could all gang up against this guy. This guy now, this is what happens. The character assassination. The character assassination. And it's going to, they're now painting a picture of that he's mentally, a cardiologist is not mentally, there's no diagnosis or psychological evaluation that proves that this guy is mental or that there has even been made that this guy is mental at any point in time. This is what is going on here. And to align with what that gentleman said, everybody's on an edge. You're one paycheck away from streets. You're one paycheck away from homelessness. And in that situation, babe will come in, they come pile on your head $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month because they bring in your income. It's based on income. They bring in your income as a cardiologist and look at it, and it's up to the court is allowed a space of up to 40%. And we're not talking about your bills, your car note. We're not talking about any of those things. We're talking about 40% of your money being withdrawn one time. You understand?
Before
Okay? And
after tax.
this is actually they don't tax you. Government could take their tax now. Government could take their tax now. Uncle Sam is going to take his tax. And after Uncle Sam takes his tax, what's the next thing that is going to happen? They now come in and pull it out from you direct. And then they pull this money out from you. Take note. Minus say, Oga Trump just entered yesterday, say you cannot have a situation where they're pulling this money from the men, but at the same time, the women now file on the heads of the children and collect all the tax returns in the beginning of the year. Trump just signed the executive order.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
So it was that when they withdraw that money, the women now also file the taxes on the children's head. So you can't even get, meanwhile, you're spending money on this trip. This is outside the court mandated visits that you have to make. And you have to prove that you're also spending money outside that, which the court now declares as gifts. Anything you do outside the child support is also counted as gifts. And take note that here, what African women will say is that that the child support is not, even if it's 10,000, it's not enough. They'll still contact you, say school is starting. They still contact you and say the child is in the hospital. They never ever say the money is, and then if you don't add these additional money, they say you're a deadbeat dad. Be this, say you be that. You understand? So the truth of the matter is, Chinese. I've watched the Chinese; they're not doing it. I've watched the Indians; they're not doing this thing. A lot of other races are not doing it. African women carry this thing like crown on their head to the point that men here have to be submissive. There is a problem. It's so men they blame other men. Say, see your problem, guy, and I say, you know they submit. Say to say if you submit, for better for you. Say this one, you too strong. Now why you don't they enter trouble? Say you must submit. Men they laugh at other men, say they no submit, give women in America, United States of America. Is that fair? Is that fair? Because the law is on their side, and so the law is when you enter court, once as a see you as black man, what has the judge got to do with you? He's not your cousin. He's going to take you and tear you apart. He will tear you apart. This guy, I'm telling you, this guy, people will be like, he was just there and he just got mad for no reason. I said, no, it's the money. It's the money. They don't ruin them.
You know what? I don't want us to be speculative. I understand your plight, and it's one of the reasons why I don't live in the US, because I know, see, person go work and you get the way you go come after my money, Baba, I go come after you. I know how it is, and I've said it, you know. But in this particular specific case, let us not be speculative. I want to hear from the doctor's family and from the lady's family. I want us to deal with facts, not assumptions. I want us to deal with the truth, not sentiments and emotions. Yes, my brother, you do have a point. And in a broader case, I agree with you. Men are, what you don't understand is, and this is my belief, if I leave you, why should you be entitled to 40% of my salary for my children? How much food do children eat? Are they not going to free school? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why do the children need more than $2,000 a month? $1,000 per child? Why? Is it food? Is it clothes? What exactly do you need more than that for? It makes no sense to me. And I noticed that women do it so that by the time they squeeze the man here, squeeze the man here, squeeze the man here, the man no go fit move on with in life, marry another woman, because he can't afford it.
When they do it here, most men go underground. Like their life is over. They're like living like zombies. You cannot marry again. You cannot even go back home again. You cannot do anything. So you just go underground. And they'll say our relatives is in the United States of America. He has been here for 20 years. You know if you come Nija. You know if you come Nija now, he cannot come. And the other part that is even more atrocious, which I'm talking and I'm bringing it onto your show, is the women will still pick up phone because almost half, 80%, if not so, that the frees are connected to Babalawo in Niger. They'll call Babalawo and say, let them finish the guy. May they finish the guy, saying leave me, saying embarrass me in public, saying put me to shame. Meanwhile, the guy is ruined though, financially. Oh. They call Babalawo to say, make it no if you do anything. So the guy get 8,000 to pay, but Babalawo they also maintain, say make him no get job, make person no marry him, make nothing ever work. Which kind of wickedness be that? My best friend put recorder of system under woman chair. She dey sit down for motor, they tell Babalawo what they go do. Babalawo's cases of, they say, as they finish divorce, you've ruined him. You've also made it that maybe he meets his children only once a month. Once a month. Once a month.
Me,
and
if
the
I
children,
see my children once a month, I go even happy. I don't see my children
once
in
a
8
month
years.
or so. And then inside this story, Babalawo is inside the story. Plus the man is underground. Plus all other men who want to, African men. This man wants to show he's better than this one. Say, see him, he didn't submit. See what he done they do. I'm nonsense man, stupid man. You know, agree submit. He's supposed to submit, calm down, submit to woman. See, let me tell you what's going over here in Houston, Texas. They will sleep with your wife at the age of 40. You know if you do anything. Because your calculation now say if you want to start anything, you will lose your house, lose your children. They enter your money. It's normal. They sleep with your wife, or you could just turn your face, look the other way. Your wife will go, come back. There's nothing you can do. At 40, you're done. If you want to enter into a divorce, you're done. You're done. So women here, 40, you say, come out, get boyfriend, waiting be your own. You just find your way, concentrate on your work, drive Uber, add money, see